I guess
You just want to keep rolling?
we just keep rolling. Just go on to our
Our actual topics.
topics.
Let me pull
Do you
up.
want to do like a fun one?
Let's
and
start.
then get into the darkness.
Let's start fun. So what I do want to do. Um, I want to talk about Dune again.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit. It's not going to be a lot. I just want to touch it a little bit.
I do want to listen to Dune Messiah, and I do want to talk about that.
So this comes. So I saw we have Dune in here always. Dune is always relevant. Dune is never not relevant.
That has to be an housekeeping.
We're just gonna. I don't even know. Like we'll just say. I'm just gonna put Dune right here at the end.
I'm just gonna put Dune in our housekeeping. Just Dune.
We're gonna talk about Dune every episode.
If you don't like Dune, get out.
If my brother starts listening, I don't know if Trevor. I don't know if you start listening. The Dune.
He's the godfather of Dune.
He's Dune. He's been Dune all the way. He's been Dune since I was like a child, because he's older than me.
Yeah.
So he's been Dune since I was like a child. So like really that he just kind of ingrained Dune in my head, and then whenever I got old enough to like understand Dune and like want to read Dune, it's like I was like, oh yeah, Dune. Now I'm just Dune all the way. So the Dune shout out, Dune's for you.
Dune's always relevant.
So these right here, I don't know if these are on camera. They're books from around the house. Like they're my books from around the house. So since we're potentially moving, Courtney has boxed up the majority of our books, but she pulled some out and wrapped them in brown paper. So I don't know what it is, because when I'm really bad about picking books out like to read. Mm-hmm. So like I'll go buy a new book, like instead of reading something that I have, or like I'll just kind of read this one like set. Like I'll go just sci-fi when it's like I have like some like nonfiction or like historical fiction books that I probably need to read that are just sitting on my shelf collecting dust. So she wrapped all these up and then she numbered them, and so I draw a number out, and that's how I pick my next book.
There you go.
So the next, I'm almost done with the book I'm currently reading, Legends and Lattes. Shout out Legends and Lattes.
Yeah.
Badass book. You need to check it out. I think it'd be a good palate cleanser because it's very chill. It's like a kind of like a.
That seems like a fun one.
Yeah, it's like it's very low stakes. Like there's not a lot of crazy stuff happens. It's just kind of like she wants to make a coffee shop when people don't in a fantasy world where people don't know what coffee is. So it's like cool. It's kind of fun.
I love it.
But so I was almost done with that, and then Courtney's going out of town. So we like fuck it, let's do one. Like she wrapped them all up. I'm like, okay, let's draw one before we go out of town because I'm gonna finish this book while you're gone. That way I have something to start. Well, the book I pulled, Dune 3, Children of Dune.
Oh my goodness,
it's fate. It's fate. I mean, it's just like how just out of 12 of them, 14 wrapped up books.
Yeah.
Boom, Dune.
Gotta talk about Dune.
So, you've only read the first Dune.
Only read the first one.
Yep. Got to do Dune Messiah because the movies, Dune 1 and Dune 2 break up the first book.
Yeah.
Dune 3 movie, part 3, Dune Messiah. It's so you gotta do Dune Messiah. And then I just think, and then I'll start Children of Dune this week. I'll probably start tomorrow. Actually, I'm probably gonna finish Legends and Lattes tonight after this.
Okay.
After I go eat some Sonic. It's okay. Courtney's never gonna watch this.
Yeah. So
she has no clue.
You're clear.
I'm gonna go get Sonic, even though you told me not to. And then my mom just watches the TikToks, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if she sat through a full episode. But shout out, Mom. But
we love you, moms. Moms everywhere.
Yeah, so there's my little Dune thing.
You guys throw in Dune somehow, some way. Excited for the new movie.
I'm actually just looking at these. Extremely excited for the new movie. I love Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah, I really want to go see Wonka.
Great guy.
I think he's good. I think he's free and clear right now.
We'll just not look at any news.
Nobody ruin Timothée Chalamet for me.
Do not ruin him.
I love him in Little Women. I love him in Lady Bird, in Dune. Mm-hmm. What else was he in?
We definitely.
Oh shit, he was in something else that I watched. Hostiles. He's in Hostiles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He has a small part in there, but still.
Yeah.
Great looking dude.
What he's?
I
mean, he's not a bad looking dude.
I tell him he smells nice.
Yeah, he's not a bad. I bet he does smell nice. Sure he smokes. He probably smells like cigarettes. That's okay. Though.
I hate the smell of cigarettes. To be honest, I hate the smell of cigarettes.
He looks so cool smoking though. He has like such a
He'll
bad boy.
bring back smoking.
Yeah, he has like such a
Make
bad
it cool.
boy like vibe.
Make it cool again.
Speaking of smoking,
Make it cool again.
I kind of want to start smoking like a tobacco pipe, like a. You know what I mean?
That's what we should do in pod.
Is that weird? Would you smoke? Would you smoke a pipe?
I think every boy's fantasy.
I mean, that's
somehow, at some point in time, just
that's very like esteemed.
Oh yeah, you're smart.
Like it's like
you're
gentle,
smart.
like gentlemanly.
Yeah,
just sit here with a pipe.
Oh, dude, I'd stand up and shake your hand. Yeah,
yeah. So that's I might get into pipe smoking at some point. My mom's gonna hate that, but I might get into pipe smoking.
We get like a bubble one. You get bubbles.
Man, what else was he in? Throw me some movies out.
So Wonka, Dune, Bones and All.
Okay, Bones and All.
That'd be a good movie to watch. You were talking to me.
That's
another cannibalism.
That's another cannibalism one.
Okay.
No more cannibalism. You're off cannibalism.
As of right now, I'm off cannibalism. So this man has brought up two things that we are going to talk about here soon. Disclaimer: cannibalism
is bad.
Obviously,
it's bad. It's illegal. It's bad. Don't do it.
And then there's also sex in it, so we're going to be talking about a little bit of that, and then just very gruesome. So just to let you guys know,
a little bit disclaimer. Yeah. We'll do once we start talking about it. We'll do.
I want to get into it. You know.
So okay, we're talking about a book that we read. We're not just going to talk about cannibalism.
Yeah, just
the subject. like pro. Are you yay or nay cannibalism? Hot take. Yeah, hot take. Way into cannibalism. No, you're talking about a book that we both listened to.
You just want to get into it?
Let's push it back a little bit. That way we can fit in some more good podcasts, and then we'll give you a warning. We'll do a little signal. That way you can turn it off if you don't want to hear about the cannibalism book.
Always Dune. You got to plug in Dune, and always Timothy Chalamet.
I love Timothy Chalamet.
We're big fans.
Saltburn. Did you watch it?
No.
It's on Amazon Prime.
I can only take so much.
You got to do Saltburn.
Craziness.
You got to do Saltburn.
Dude.
So that's the thing, though. So it's Barry Keoghan played the main character in Saltburn.
I gotta look it up.
You'll recognize him. Wait, did you see Banshees of Inisherin?
I don't think so.
Gotta watch Banshees of Inisherin. But he's in that. He's in Saltburn, and why did I start talking about Saltburn?
I have no idea. Dude.
Oh yeah, so they wanted Timothy Chalamet to be to be the lead in Saltburn. That's why. And there's some interesting stuff that goes on.
Yeah, you're talking about it. Barry Keoghan. He's been in some good stuff.
He's a good actor.
He's been.
Kind
of reminds me of.
This is a hot take. I think I enjoyed Saltburn. Now there is some gross stuff that happens in it, like stuff that kind of made me feel a little queasy, but I really enjoyed it. Jacob Elordi was great. Barry Keoghan was great. Rosamund Pike was great.
He makes me nervous.
Keoghan
just makes.
It's very good. It's like it leaves you a little bit unsettled leaving it, but it's like it's filmed really well. The cinematography is great. Like the writing's really strong. Like it's super cool. It just builds and builds and builds. It's like a slow burn.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really good. I really enjoyed it. But that's me think Timothy Chalamet. I could not see Timothy Chalamet in Barry Keoghan's spot in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I could only see Barry Keoghan doing that. I don't think Timothy Chalamet would have been able to do it just right. Yeah. But and that's probably the most negative thing I'll ever say about Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
I'm always on Timothy Chalamet's boat.
Yeah. Big Timothy Chalamet guy. Paul Muad'Dib. Have you seen those memes where the guy you're not a big social media guy?
I don't. Getting on for like the stew. This is me getting back on social media.
So did you see Elvis with Austin Butler?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So So every now and then movies will come through that are like so talked about, like on social media, on the internet, that it's just like a big cultural moment. So it's like I watch the movies just for I don't give a fuck about an Elvis movie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna but I watched it because everybody's like, oh, Austin Butler is Elvis, blah, 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 blah. It's like Saltburn. It's like I probably wouldn't go out of my way to watch Saltburn, but everybody's like, constantly talking about salt. But I'm like, okay, I got to see what's going on here. I got to get into the culture, the cultural moment.
Yeah.
So that's like Elvis, the movie with Austin Butler, was such a big cultural moment because he was like, he lived like in Elvis's voice. Like he kind of lowered his voice and stuff for like 2 years. And so he can't really switch it back to normal.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So it's like he's got like this kind of deeper voice now, but everybody's going crazy about it. But then, so now the guy that played Elvis, Austin Butler, is playing Fade Rafa in Dune Part 2. Yeah. So now everybody was making these memes of reading Fade Rafa quotes in Austin Butler's Elvis voice. And it was so fucking funny. It was so good. I gotta find the TikTok and I'll show it to you after. And then Christopher Walken's gonna play the Emperor.
Huh.
And so it's like everybody was they're like, I got a fever. And the only what is it? The only medicine or whatever is spice. It's like it's so good.
Mm.
Anyway,
he'd be a good emperor. Christopher Walken.
It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see. I'm excited.
Great actor, this guy right here. Great.
Javier Bardem. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Josh Brolin. No, it's all like I'm very excited for Dune Part 2. I kind of need it like now, actually, though. But
I can wait. But also, I can't wait.
When's it coming out?
Did they have a release date? Release date
March 1. March 1.
That one might be a one I might go to.
I'm gonna go to the movie theater for that one. I'm gonna go to the movie theater for that one for sure.
One.
I didn't watch the first one in theaters, and I kind of regret it. That's one you almost need to.
I watched that on the TV.
That's one you almost need to see in like IMAX.
Oh, that would be perfect for IMAX.
Big time for IMAX.
That's just one of those dystopian movies that you have to see, and
well, it's very cinematic
to really get into it.
Arrakis is very cinematic. Yeah, very picturesque. But I did. So we went to the beach in North Carolina, and it was extremely windy, and we were walking on the beach. And I'm going to show you the video actually.
Oh, was it kind of like Arrakis?
That's what I felt like. I was. We'll edit.
Oh.
Like that, right?
Whoa. Oh, that's exactly what I imagined.
And I was like, I felt like Paul. I was like, and I was doing like this, you know, the Fremen do like the specific walk so that they don't alert the worms.
The worm walk,
something like that. Something like that.
Sand walk, sand walking.
Something like that. But they walk like specifically, so it's like they match like the sounds of the normal vibrations of the sand.
It's got to be unrhythmic.
Yeah, you can't just walk like this because then the worms will pick it up, sandworms. So it's like I was walking like that. I was trying to walk like that a little bit on it.
Fun.
But we'll have I might send that. Do you think you could edit that video in so they can see that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll send that to you and then we can throw that in the edit.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, and that way they can see what we're talking about. Super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I'm Paul. I'm like Mod Dib right now.
Hell yeah.
And Courtney and my mom were just like, what are you talking about?
Paul.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? But
you want to get into it?
Damn, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
I had another one on here.
There's movies.
Did we
do it like a small talk one. So like what?
You had Bone Tomahawk pulled up. That also falls into the.
Let's wait for that one.
So that
fun one.
So Bone Tomahawk goes with the book that we read.
Yeah, it goes.
How'd you feel about that?
Let's get into it.
Okay. So right now, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So this is like your break, where if you don't want to hear us talk about movies and books with a little bit of cannibalism, you can bounce out. Or I guess they can't. You can. This is a good time to bounce out if you don't want us to talk about about a movie and a book with cannibalism.
Cringe and skin will kind of peel a little bit if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it gets kind of spicy. Are we cutting this out?
Yeah, we cut it out.
I guess we just cut it out right now.
All
right, glad you made it back.
Do you want to do it?
What?
Let's do another. Okay, I got a couple fun questions.
You do fun questions.
Let's do a couple fun questions. So this is one that my family posed, where it's, oh, you had Sonic has done me wrong in there. How do you put your shoes on? Do you go sock, shoe, shoe?
Sock, shoe, shoe. 100%.
I go sock, shoe, shoe.
Thank you.
My brother.
Oh no.
Sock, shoe.
No.
Yeah.
Brother, if you are still listening to this,
Daniel,
come on.
Daniel, fix it.
You know how much time you are wasting?
Really?
Does he tie the shoe as well? So he just goes sock, puts on the shoe, unlaces the shoe, whatever, tightens the laces, and then ties the thing, and then goes to his other foot.
Sock, shoe.
Finds his sock. Puts
I'm
on
assuming.
the sock.
I feel like it's the same amount of time, but it's got to be the same amount of time. Because you're putting a sock on, you're putting a shoe on, you're putting a shoe on. You're going sock, shoe. It's the same amount of time.
It'd be hard to time it. I just feel like it makes like a logical sense to do socks first.
Because then there is one point in time in that process where you have a sock and a shoe on one foot and nothing on the other foot.
Yes, you just got a naked foot.
You got a naked foot and a shoe and a foot with a sock and a shoe on.
Put clothes on that foot.
Yeah,
it's got to be protected.
I'm sock, shoe.
Sock, shoe.
Yeah.
That's a half. Dude.
So then another question they posed is: so you've had waffles before, correct?
Yeah.
You've also had pancakes before, right? So why do you need so much more syrup for pancakes than you do waffles?
More syrup for a pancake?
Have you noticed that? It's like if you have a pancake, the pancake really soaks up the syrup, and a waffle doesn't.
It's because when you toast the waffle,
waffle's crispier, right?
Crispier, so it's harder for the thing to soak in.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah,
they really less batter as well.
They really wanted me to discuss this, and I
that's it.
I mean, I think the waffle's thinner and crispier.
Mm.
Pancake thicker and fluffier,
fuller.
Yeah,
I'm
more spongy. You're a waffle guy. I used to be a big waffle guy. It used to be all waffles.
All waffles.
Now pancakes are easier to make, sweetie pancakes.
Yeah, unless you have a waffle maker.
I got a little tiny one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas.
I love waffle, some peanut butter.
Are you like a Belgian waffle guy? Are you like
what's the difference?
So a Belgian waffle is like a big, thick, fluffy waffle.
I'm waffle all the way. I'll eat whatever is waffle wise in front of me. I do like a thick waffle though.
But are you like a kind of a crispy Eggo waffle guy? That's the waffle.
I don't like Eggos.
Really?
I really don't like Eggos.
What?
I'll tell you what.
That's a hot take.
I'm a big waffle guy, right? I've tried Eggo's waffles. When I was younger, I liked it, but now I don't like it anymore. It is hard to cut. If you just have
crispy. They're crispy.
I guess, but like they're harder to cut. You can't you have to go you know what I'm saying? Like a fork.
Get a knife.
I guess I could do a knife, but it's too small.
Aren't you almost 20? Are you 26?
I'm about 25.
I'm 25, almost 26. I feel like you own a knife.
I do own a knife. I guess
cut the waffle.
That's extra work, though. I feel like that's extra work.
I haven't had an Eggo waffle in so long, so I'll take your word for it. But I do love an Eggo waffle.
I mean, all waffles are good. You have the childhood memory of an Eggo, Stranger Things, Eggo.
Yeah.
I'm not an Eggo guy.
How do you feel about little silver dollar pancakes? Little tiny pancakes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'd eat it.
I like pancakes. I just like pancakes.
I don't like a big, just flapjack.
You don't?
No, it's just too much. I get full. I never get the satisfaction of finishing it.
I really like pancakes. Yeah. They're extremely cheap too. Mm-hmm. According to I do pancakes a lot.
Batter is very cheap. Because what is it? You just got that powder. You get a big thing of powder.
You just get a big thing of Bisquick.
And just what? Milk, right? And an egg, maybe. Is
Probably.
that it?
I think so. Yeah. It's incredibly cheap.
Very cheap.
Yeah. According to I do pancakes a lot for breakfast. I think that's the best way. Pancakes and bacon. Yeah.
Oh, dude, great
combo. Or we'll do sometimes we'll do bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs and then pancakes as well.
There you go.
But I don't like the mix. I'll do.
You gotta do separate.
If my eggs are nowhere near my pancake.
Yeah.
I don't want but but bacon and sausage can go near the pancake.
Like
Eggs,
sweet and salty kind of thing. Going
yeah. Okay, that's
was that all the fun ones you had?
That's all the fun ones like I really had. I mean,
I don't have like I have like a more serious one, but that's gonna be like a.
Here's one. Did you want to do that one?
What is it?
You added that, right?
Oh, the when and how or the
yeah.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that real quick. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So, would you want to know when you were gonna die? So, day, hour, minute, second, or would you want to know how you're gonna die?
So I have a question back to you though. So if you know how you die, is your time of death already dictated? Or could it happen? Could you die like that tomorrow? Or could you die like that in 100 years? Right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
here's the thing. If you want to know how, then you're just going to, like, let's say
could I avoid it for a while?
So yeah, that's the thing. So you die, let's just say you're Elvis, you die taking a poop, whatever.
Yeah.
You have an aneurysm while you're you never want to go poop again because you're just
right.
But what if always sitting on the toilet like, is this the day?
What if it's like it get hit by a bus?
Yeah, just something random.
Well, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna avoid buses.
I'm gonna avoid streets. I'm gonna avoid walking. But like, what if one day you're just
right
in a rush or something? And you
But so that's the thing though. But so can I, if I know how, can I push it off?
You can try your best.
Because then one day I'm gonna slip up and it's gonna happen, right? If it's a bus, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, for 50 years,
you're perfect.
I never think I'm so conscious about buses.
Yeah.
And then one day it slips up, but
because you're like, it's not gonna happen today.
Right, but then did it take that long because I was conscious about it and then I slipped up, or was it like, can I dictate? Like, can I push it further?
You can't.
If I know how.
You can't dictate it. I mean, you could try to fight it off. It's going to happen no matter what. Maybe you might be able to push it off.
But then if you can't push it off, like, so let's say if I know how, it's walking in front of a bus.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen in 24 years exactly.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know that's going to happen in 24 years exactly. So if I walk in front of a bus right now, I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen at that one.
Oh, hold on. If you only know how, you don't know if it's that time.
So let's say I only know how, right?
Yeah, only know
how. I only know how.
That's what you want to do.
Only know. I'm trying to get the details.
Yeah.
So if I only know that I'm going to die by getting hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Once you tell me that, I go outside and I walk in front of a bus and I don't die.
Could be the next time.
So right, but so I'm saying, so that's like, is there one
by hitting a bus?
Is there one predetermined time that it's going to kill me, or is it just the next time I step in front of a bus I die? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just you get hit by a bus. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's no time with it. So you can try to avoid it.
So you don't know. So the thing is, you know how you're going to die, but you don't know if there's one predetermined time that's going to kill me by the bus, or if it's
yes.
Or if it's just
no. The time. So sorry. So how is how you die? So you get
right
killed by bus.
But I'm just wondering.
The time is the time in seconds.
Right.
How it's gonna happen.
Right. But so if you know how, you don't know when.
Yeah.
Right. But so that's what I'm saying is like, is there?
It's opposite.
No, right.
You can push it back as far as you can.
But I'm trying to say, if with the how, do you have any way of like? Well, I guess it's all the same, isn't it?
It's all the same.
So the how and the when
it's different, but it could be combined. I guess. As well, but you only know how, or you only know when.
Right, but is it so? If I pick when, I'm gonna die July 2nd, 2055.
Yeah, but you don't know how.
But is the how? But if I pick how, I'm gonna get hit by a bus. But do I get hit by a bus on this here?
But you don't know that.
Right. But I'm saying, is it this? Like, is it that?
It could be.
I just want to know.
You can't.
I know. What I'm saying, but just for this fictional scenario, is it if I pick when, then I just know when.
Mm-hmm.
But if I pick how, then I know how. But are they like the answers are the same?
Yeah.
Like the
But you
answers are the
just
same.
don't know the other one.
Right. The answers are the same, but you just like you know what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're saying.
They're the same, but you just get to pick one or the other.
I guess if the rules are that, then yeah, I would say yeah.
They're the same.
I would say yeah. So
okay,
same,
then I would,
so we're on the same page. Yeah.
So I would pick win.
Yeah, I would pick win.
Yeah.
If
they're linked, if the how happens at the win,
yeah,
and so you know what I mean.
Win.
Yeah, so I would want to know when.
Yeah, I don't want to know how because then I'd just be stressed out about that how all the time. And if it was when, but like, what if it was like tomorrow? And they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I'll just do whatever I want. I'll take all the loans out.
But then it's like, but if the when and the how weren't connected, I would pick the how, because then I can avoid it and push it.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're connected, the how happens at the time of the win, then I'm gonna pick the win.
I didn't think that far into it.
That was probably an extremely confusing conversation for them to listen to. But we got there, right?
We got there. I'm here.
Okay. I'm gonna pick if they're linked.
I have to add more to that question. Then.
If they're linked, I'm picking the win. If they're not linked, I'm picking the how, and I'm gonna push the how further back.
But you can't push it. So like, if you're gonna get hit by a bus, what if like I'm never gonna step on the road again? So I'm just gonna get Instacarted like groceries to my house. I'm just gonna leave it in my house.
On the bus.
What if a fucking bus just comes through the door, man?
But then what if I completely fortify it? There's no way a bus could possibly get through.
Somehow, some way is gonna get dropped from a helicopter.
It's just my
walls in New York.
My walls are 10 feet thick of concrete. A bus can never get through that. It's underground. They can't come in from above.
What if there's like a little toy bus?
I slip on it and I die.
Yeah, you just
what
die
if
somehow.
I get rid of all buses.
All buses.
I never see a bus again for the rest of my life.
What if just letters, just like a letter B, and then a letter U from like just like a book or whatever, and S, it just is combined somehow, some way, shape, or form, and it just kills you.
What if I'm watching like a movie and there's a bus on it
and it just fucking comes out of the
and I just had like a heart attack.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I feel like with the win, you could control it, because it's like if I knew I'm gonna die by getting hit by a bus, and I just go walk in front of a bus right now, and I just choose to do that. It's like boom, it's instant, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I avoid the bus. But it's so like if it's a win, you can't avoid it.
Okay, so I guess now that we've talked about it, I'm gonna say unlinked, because if you know how you can push it back it back in a sense.
Yeah, so it's not linked. So you can avoid it if you pick the win.
So
if you pick the how,
time or it's either how.
Well, I'd pick the how because there's a little bit of wiggle room there,
I guess. But I'd just be nervous.
But if they're linked,
what if it's something you do every single day and you can't just like?
I don't think it'd have to be some sort of outside source.
Well, like, I mean, anyone can die from something. What if it's just
die all the time?
Yeah,
somebody just died right now.
What you gonna do?
Somebody just died right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and right now.
And right now.
I mean, a lot of people die in this book that we're about to do.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
But okay, so if they're linked, I'm picking the win.
Yeah.
If they're not linked, I'm picking the how.
Yeah, because like, I don't like the situation if I'm gonna die tomorrow, but also if it's like a couple years from now. Or like, if it's 3 months away, I'm quitting my job. I'm getting all the loans out. As much as I can.
But then when you die, then Sarah gets all that debt though.
Well, that's when I divorce her.
You divorce her? I'm gonna die in 3 months. See ya.
Well, it doesn't mean I'm gonna leave. I would be like, okay, we're divorced, so we're not together.
Oh, okay.
And so we just have all this money, and I can buy her like a Lamborghini.
So if you're gonna die like in like a year, what are you gonna do?
That's a good question.
Do you keep? So, I mean, you have I don't want to get too dark with it. Like, you have like a wife and a kid. Like, do you keep working and like keep making money, or do you just like fuck it? I'm gonna go skydiving.
It depends on how much money you can take out and how long you can live with that money. So that's my thing. I'd probably have to keep working in this, like right now. if that happened,
If you die a year from today, and you just keep doing what you're doing.
I have to probably keep doing it what I can until maybe like a month or
Do
two
you
out.
tell Sarah? Now we're getting real deep. We're getting real deep and dark with it.
Wouldn't she want to know so she can say all the things she wanted to say? Oh, because wouldn't it be more tragic if she didn't know? It would be more tragic, right?
No,
but if she knew,
I
she
feel
could be
like
prepared. Or do you think she'd just be, I don't want to talk to you?
no. I feel like it would be like because like let's say so if you're gonna die in like a year, right? That's not like because I mean because they have to still be set up for like after you're like you die.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she like because I feel like if you told her like hey like I have a year, then it'd be like she'd probably quit her job, like so you guys can just spend time together. But it's like then it's like
going to be set up afterward.
Yeah, but then it's like when you die, it's like there's no money.
No, not if you have life insurance, which we have life insurance.
Oh, okay. I guess there's that.
Then
too.
they're set up there. And so, I mean, I guess
But then,
does
but if you know when you die, does that void your life insurance policy?
well, who's going to tell the life insurance? I mean,
well, because if you find out when you're going to die, it's like if you find out when you're going to die, like, oh, I die in like a month. I'm going to take out the biggest life insurance policy you have, please.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Does that void it? Because what if that's like a societal thing?
Ooh, oh, like the movie Time or whatever.
Yeah, like everybody knows. It's like when you turn 18 years old, like when you turn 18 years old, you have to make the decision. You know when you die or how you die.
Ooh, what a society, man!
I'm gonna write that down. That's
a good question.
That's a book.
That's a great book.
That's a book right there.
Just kind of tag along to that movie. We get Justin Timberlake back. Come on.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake.
Wherever the woman was, I don't know.
Amanda Seyfried. I don't know how you say her name.
She'd come back if she wanted to. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, you keep talking. I'm gonna write this down.
What a dystopian. Would you want it as a book or a movie?
Book, definitely a book.
Definitely start out
because then you could get all their thoughts.
Yeah, all their thoughts going.
It's basically like Hunger Games, where it's like once you turn 11, then you got to go in for the reaping or whatever,
draft or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a hard one because then you have to decide, and you have to decide at midnight on when you turn 18, and it's like a little party. Like, oh, you choose this. Then at that point, you'd have to say how, right? Because if you choose how, then you can try to. Okay, or is it linked in this?
They're linked. They're linked.
Ooh. I would just have to go with when. If I would turn 18, I would just have to go with when because like that's linked. Because then if it's 20 years from now, like I'll get.
Well, so like let's say like what if you're all in a single file line, and then you got
red or blue pill.
Like you got to walk up to the desk, and then you go like, there's list here, or like there's a person there, and you ask them like, they're like when or how, and you go, how? Like what if what if that person? Now I wonder if it's like, what if that person gets like, oh, you're gonna be 99. It's like, are you gonna be like if somebody ahead of you gets 99 years old, you're gonna be 99 years old 364 days. Like you're gonna be one day shy of 100.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's a good draw.
Yeah.
But it's like, but what if like, would you shit your pants? Like, oh fuck, like is everybody gonna be able to get that, or is like, are there a finite amounts of the 99?
That's the nervousness about this movie or book.
Yeah.
It's like, what if in this book this kid only has a year, or whoever we were following. And like each person that has like if you have let's say 80 through 99, that is a certain class. So there's different classes.
Oh, you think there's like a societal?
Yeah. So if
you think all the rich people
you are like either doing heroin, you are stealing it as much as you can.
So do you think it's like a societal thing? So it's like in this dystopia, like this dystopian society, like the rich people that have all the money that are like have all the power, they get the 99.9.
Yeah, because
and then all the poor people get like 1 or 2 years, and it's like a way to like eradicate.
Yeah,
like it's population control.
Yeah, it's every dystopian is a
population
control.
And then the kid with like 1 year left to live, all the poor people with like the 1, 2, 3, 10 years or whatever,
it's like a gang.
Like they come together and they try to like break down the.
And they try to somehow break the
They try to,
code.
yeah.
And it always comes back to economy class.
But then what if they find out that it's like the rich people just like they're just deciding like it's
all in the background, like
it's
a
all
dark state.
Yeah, it's all fake. Just the deep state. They just pick. They just give all the poor people or like people that they don't like. They give them the short ones, and then they're just like they're killing them. It's not like a.
Oh, so it's not like you.
It's
just
not
die.
like it's yeah. That's what that.
Like assassins or something like that.
Well, no.
Or
So
like
that's what I'm saying is like
bomb?
everybody thinks it's like a final destination. Like
Yeah.
oh, you have a year to live. Oh, you get hit by a bus or something like that. But it's really it's like the people like all like the people in power, like the Illuminati or whatever. Like they're killing you.
Yeah. They've always implanted you.
Yeah, it's like something.
Beginning.
Yeah, it's like something like that. That'd be crazy.
And they choose and pick from the genes.
Well, yeah,
like
and they're trying to like
born,
they're trying to like they're doing like eugenics or something.
Yeah, so they have to like I don't know what race or whatever they're trying to like kind of go into, but they're like, okay, this guy is very intelligent because look at their parents and he has this kind of genes. He's gonna go to 99, or he's because like we want this next generation to be like us and to be as smart as us, and like oh this guy only has this like.
That's interesting.
Just give him a year.
That'd be an interesting book. I'd read that book.
That'd be good.
I'd read that book.
That'd be great.
Anyway, okay, so we're at an hour 20. Do you want to knock out Bone Tomahawk and Tenders the Flesh real quick?
Yeah, let's just knock that out and then let's call it.
Then we're at
7:30.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes on this. We can get 30 minutes on this.
If we want to, we don't really have to.
Let's just knock.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Because I do want to get home by at least.
Yeah, I want to go eat soon.
Yeah, 7:30-ish.
Okay, so let's do. Let's do Bone Tomahawk is where this first started.
So, spoiler, whatever.
Oh yeah, this is where we're gonna start talking about all the scary stuff.
So, synopsis: after a man's wife is kidnapped, 4 men go save her, and find many horrors that awaits them. So
they find like
Western kind of
it's like a horror Western, and they find like a inbred group of Native Americans that cannibalize to eat food.
Like you think it's just a regular old Indians just attacking, killing, whatever, and you have this eerie horn sound, which you don't know what the eerie horn is, and you just think it's like a buffalo horn or something.
Yeah, but then it's like, and then it turns in it's like they go out there to save like their fellow like towns members, and then and it turns into like kind of like a horror movie, and they get captured and stuff, and it's like it's very spoiler. We're gonna spoil it, and then just like some of them get eaten, they get like killed and eaten.
Just like this weird, horn thing.
Yeah, they've implanted like these like kind of whistles or something in their neck, like in their throats.
That's why I think it's like it's got to be something of like an alien thing. They didn't really hint towards anything along that sorts. Or
no, I think they're just like, I don't know. They're just like very, they're very
because they don't talk. They don't communicate very well. Only thing they communicate with is the horn and then the scream. And so they kind of left a lot of things out. I think they just wanted the horror part in there. The guy broke his leg. I don't know why they added that in there. And then just the struggle, whatever. Finds out the horn.
Well, I think they had him break his leg so that he would be
the hero.
Well, he would be back behind him a little bit, and so then he could come. Then he could come in and like they didn't know that he was gonna be with him. Then he could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how he comes in later and he catches him by surprise. Yeah. Like I think that was the tool for that.
The actor, I don't know. I guess I can look it up.
What was his name?
But he's in a lot of horror movies.
He's good.
Is he a horror movie?
Is it Patrick Wilson?
That sounds right. Yeah, Patrick Wilson. Good job.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, no.
What?
It's this guy. This is the guy that gets
Bruder. Which one?
Oh no! Yes, Patrick Wilson is the hero guy. Yeah. This guy the Matthew Fox character Bruder. He gets his. Yeah. Does he lose a hand?
No, he.
Yeah, he loses a hand.
No, he just gets shot with the arrow. The deputy gets arrowed in the hand.
Yeah, and it's like they're all like losing like limbs and digits and things, and then they're like the one guy like they have like the whistle and horn implanted in their throats.
The Indians,
The bad guys.
all of them have.
And then
whistles,
the one guy like carves it out of his throat. Like it's very gruesome. It's
Patrick
very
Wilson,
gruesome.
yeah, very gruesome.
And then they there's like the one really like,
dude, I can't believe they showed that. But Kurt Russell, deputy, and the Samantha, whatever.
But I guess what's your like thought? What was your thoughts on the movie?
Oh, dude.
Did you enjoy it?
It gave me like a thriller.
Yeah,
definitely like what's gonna happen next.
Yeah,
and I really like how they didn't have like really like music to really kind of build you up to it.
Yeah,
so, like it was just kind of quiet.
It was quiet, and then somebody would like jump around, like jump out of the like out off camera.
Yeah,
and like attack them.
And the whole thing with the dude being split in half.
Oh yeah,
I was not expecting that one. I wasn't.
Well, so first, yeah. So there, I mean, I guess it's kind of like I guess it's a pretty racist stereotype, but they scalped them first alive, and then they like made them eat it or something like that. Real weird. It's a very dark, gruesome movie.
Yeah, very, very gruesome. But I mean, they had like with the guy and that was first killed, the one they were trying to save in the jailhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Like before Nick got the other deputy,
got
tore in half. He's like, the guy deserved what he had.
Yeah,
but then it sucks because Nick isn't getting what he deserves.
Yeah, no, I watched that movie and I was like, it was like a really good like Western thriller.
Yeah,
and then the end hits.
Yeah,
and then you're just like, whoa.
I was not expecting.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that just the one.
I would not watch it again.
No. There's the one scene, and if anybody has seen Bone Tomahawk, you know exactly what scene we're talking about. That was just it was very wild.
I'm good on not watching that again.
But I thought it was a good thriller.
Yeah, it was a good thriller. If you want to listen, if you want to get your blood pumping,
get
your blood pumping.
Yeah.
And then, were they? I feel like they were stronger than.
So that's I feel like there's like an alien or like a supernatural type of thing.
Something
because they were like very big, very strong, very fast. Like I feel like there is some sort of kind of a supernatural thing there.
But not as smart as you would think they are.
No, I think. Well, they're extremely inbred type of thing. Is
troglodyte?
Yeah, it was very interesting. It's a very interesting movie.
It's a new kind of movie.
Yeah, it was a new. Now you kind of think like,
because it was new. Yeah.
Did stuff like that happen?
So, listen to a book, Summer of the Empire Moon. So there was definitely cannibal tribes. There was recorded
That's a
cannibal
thing?
tribes, yes.
Okay.
But there wasn't like a cannibal tribe that had a whistle in their throat that they could scream. So like that's
right, but there's cannibal. So there were Native American tribes, small groups maybe that were cannibalizing people.
Yeah, and it's a whole history, dude. The 1800s to the early 1800s. So much history in America that happened there.
Yeah,
but there is recorded tribes of cannibalism, and you got to think a lot of these tribes were really primitive.
Yeah.
Not like a Western culture like we are.
Yeah.
Like to have laws or whatever. It's just straight no laws.
Like the cannibal tribes.
Yeah, cannibal tribes, and then like other tribes like the Comanche and like all those other ones. They didn't have as much laws. It's more like a primitive kind of law going on. It's like a more of a free law.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I might have to check who wrote that book.
Summer of the Empire Moon. It's a 15-hour listen to, but I've only gotten like 5.
Have you sped it up?
It's like 1.5. It's a hard listen as well because it really depicts on what they do and like and it's both sides of things. So it's like what the white man did and what the Indians did to like themselves, and then like other tribes, and then also to the white man, and then what the white man did to them.
So I took a class, Popular Literature of the Western, in my my master's, and it was we had to read a bunch of like Western novels. So I read like a good one was like Little Big Man, and so that's one where it's a fictionalized story, and he's almost kind of like the Forrest Gump of like the 1800s.
Yeah,
like he's on like the wagon trail west, gets captured by Native Americans, grows up with them, like feels like he is a Native American. And then
that was the thing.
Yeah, and then gets like the army finally moves out west, and they like they take him back because they think like he's captive, but it's like no, it's like really his family. And then so then he ends up fighting with the army and being like a scout for them, and like hunting buffalo, and like he like gambles with like Wyatt Earp, and Wyatt Earp like teaches him how to shoot and things like that. And so it talks a little bit about, and he's like the one guy that survived the Little Bighorn or whatever. Yeah. He ends up like joining the Native Americans again after he finds his tribe, like, cause he's fighting with the army, and then he ends up finding like his tribe again, and like they're like on opposite sides, and then he finds them, so he joins them again, and he ends up being at the Little Bighorn and stuff. And so it's like, they would do like, I don't know how historically accurate. I mean, obviously a lot of that is fictionalized, but I don't know how historically accurate like the depictions of like things that Native Americans would do. But like they would do like, I mean, sometimes they would do some pretty like gnarly stuff.
Well, there's one instance where
in your book that you're reading,
in the book, they kind of follow a white a family that kind of moved in. They made their own fort, whatever, but they were taken over by Comanche. I think it was Comanche, but there was she wrote like journals or like wrote a book after she finally got out. But it was either her or like someone else, like a white girl that was kidnapped by this tribe, face burned off, nose gone.
Oh, really?
And just a slave. Like a lot of the white women that were taken were always slaves.
Yeah.
Not always, but like always slaves and always impregnated. And they usually took them to impregnate them because of how low their gene pool was at the end of the 1800s. I don't know if this is completely right, but this is kind of like what was going on. And they would, like later in the 1800s, a lot of the Indians will kind of be like a light skin, you would say.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of instances and a lot of diary recordings of like white Indians, just because of the gene pool and what they've taken. How many white women have been hostages and slaves and whatnot. So
interesting.
Yeah, and they would take the kids as well. They would upbring them in the tribe as well. Like if it was a man and you were like over 15 or whatever, you're dead.
Yeah. You have you seen Hell on Wheels?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah.
I've seen like the first two.
You would probably like that. Yeah. You'd probably like that.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But
yeah, Bone Tomahawk. There you go.
Bone Tomahawk. It was a solid movie. I think they were going for like a bit of a shock factor with it. Is kind of what they were doing.
Shocked me.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, I think. A Saltburn, I think, is kind of similar in that. Not gruesome, but I think they were doing some things that were kind of, some people would think is kind of gross, as a bit of a shock factor to kind of like get some buzz around it. And that's how I heard about Bone Tomahawk, because people were like, what was that? And so it's like, okay, now it's like, okay, I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
So and then we both listened to a book recently.
Tenders of Flesh.
I finished it yesterday. I finished it yesterday.
Finished it.
You finished it this morning?
5 hours ago.
You were texting me like at 6 a.m. this morning, listening to it, and you're like, I don't know if I can listen to this.
Yeah, I had to stop halfway through. I was like, I can't.
I
literally can't.
So it's Tender is the Flesh. It's a short book. I think it was who's it by? Augustina, what's the name up there? Augustina Bazterrica. I can't pronounce it, but it's a near future near future world, where all animals get a virus.
Yeah,
and
which kills humans.
You can't have humans can't come. If humans get it, it's fatal. So they can't come in contact with animals. And so that means they can't eat them.
Like literally, like no contact. Like if a bird poops on you, you have it, or if it bites you, I don't know about bird poops on you, but
people in cities carry around umbrellas.
You're gonna
so that the birds can't attack them.
Yeah.
So what they have to do is they try to do the vegetarian thing for a while, but people were like dying of starvation and malnutrition and stuff like that. So what the government instills is they will breed humans for consumption, like to eat them.
They call them
heads or meat.
Yeah.
And so it's
specialty.
It's a very like horror dystopian, but it is kind of it's an interesting take on kind of the state of our world a little bit. I feel like in my mind, it's very much because like a lot of people in there talk about they think the virus is fake and it's all propaganda.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So they multiple drop-ins of like it's a conspiracy. The government
they're trying to do population control. So that's what that's what I really found interesting. Now it's very gruesome. They talk about
first 2 or 3 chapters is the process.
They talk about how they process heads,
moving like this meat.
Yeah,
meat.
Yeah, so they call it special meat.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very gruesome, but I do think it kind of does highlight also too. It's like now I eat meat.
Yeah.
Like I like beef, chicken, pork, and it's like it probably is a very gruesome process.
It's probably exactly what they do.
That I'm assuming what they described in the book that they're doing to humans is what they do to animals.
Couple added things.
I'm assuming this was probably some sort of a. I'm gonna go check on him. I'm gonna go check on him real quick. Because it's been like nonstop, so I'm wondering if he needs to go to the bathroom.
Probably.
Let's go potty. Come on, potty. No. Go potty. If you need to go potty, let's go potty. See, he just wanted to be out here, be on the podcast.
I'll cut this out. Yeah.
There's what he wanted. Hey, let's go potty, Harvey. Come on, potty. Come on, potty. Okay, so, and I do think that it's trying so it's showing I'm assuming what they did, the process for processing the special meat in the book is similar to what they do to animals in real life.
It's very similar.
I'm assuming the author's trying to do like a little bit of like a. Like, okay, let's replace it to humans and let's see how people like feel about it. Like if you wouldn't
give more insight,
if you wouldn't do it to a human, why are you doing it to an animal?
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's kind of the thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's hard. It's a hard listen. It's a hard read. So it's like I feel like there kind of is a little bit of like that. Ooh, maybe I'm not gonna eat this hamburger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I kind of feel bad, but also I just feel like it's the big takeaway for me was like the propaganda part. Like a lot of was there really a virus? Because everybody then once they heard about the virus and the animals, they just started killing all their animals.
Just a mass genocide of animals.
Killing
dogs. Killing whatever they can get their hands on. Zoo.
They got rid of the zoo. And there's the one scene in there where like those kids find the puppies. That one was tough.
I hated that one.
That one was tough.
The puppy bit.
Yeah. That was. I liked that. Yeah, I liked that.
The kid died.
Yeah, hopefully.
Got him. Hopefully.
Yeah, because they're horrible. But it really is. It's like it's super interesting because it's like how much can the government get us to like believe?
Yeah, really control.
Yeah,
really get us.
Now I think this came out pre-COVID.
Oh yeah.
Did this come out pre-COVID? Can you check? Is there not a year on it?
First published
2017.
2017. What?
So now COVID was kind of, I know I don't want to get too political, but COVID was kind of a divisive thing where it's like not everybody kind of believed what they were being told and things like that.
I don't think we could say COVID on YouTube.
You can't say COVID on YouTube?
I don't think you can say COVID on YouTube. I guess we'll find out.
Okay, whatever. But it was kind of one of those things where everybody kind of started questioning really like
the government.
Like the government,
really, everyone.
And I feel like this is kind of the thing where it's like it kind of shows like I guess
what a government can do.
Yeah, like if everybody just really bought in, it's like because there might not even have been a virus that made animals dangerous to humans.
Yeah.
But they just wanted to do population control. So that's kind of what I took from it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was super interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely the biggest takeaways from it.
Yeah.
That isn't the book, but the book that was trying to make you go into it. But you want to get into the actual the book. So
I don't know. Do we want to get super gruesome, or do you just want to kind of talk about the themes a little bit?
We can kind of talk about the theme. So the biggest thing was biggest takeaways. I feel like so he got a human pet. So one of the heads.
Oh yeah, he had a
got a human pet.
Some people they'll have heads as pet. They'll have like the breeding animals for pets.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, like nowadays you can't do bestiality or anything like that. Like that was a law in there. You couldn't have fun with your pet.
So, I guess that's kind of what's interesting too. Is like they did, they would have like
checks,
big game hunts.
Yeah.
Of like famous humans.
I don't know about a fun one, but yeah. So the debts.
It's like if you had a debt and you couldn't pay it off, you could live on you could go out on like a hunting reserve, and if you survive for a certain amount of time, then your debt is paid off.
Yeah, which I think this is kind of trying to touch on Texas a little bit, because
like the big game reserves,
just hundreds of acres of people who own this, and like, hey, you want to
just hunting?
Yeah, just straight hunting these deer that they fed with protein. But
right. And it also kind of touched like it's a. Have you ever read The Most Dangerous Game?
Yeah, that's what
like hunting people.
I couldn't remember what it was, but
yeah. So there's a lot of like interesting dystopian factors to it.
Yeah. Kind of touched on that.
Yeah, talking about mass population control, just genocide. Oh man, he really wants in.
Yeah, he wants in.
Oh, let me let the dog in real quick.
Really touched on the relationships as well with everyone, the culture. Society, it really changes the society. Oh,
Harvey's on the podcast.
Yeah, he's here. I guess we can leave this in.
He's on the podcast. Yeah, no, it was super.
The transition they call it.
They call it the transition.
Really transitioned everyone.
Yeah, so that's
whole society.
I mean, what rating did the book get on? This is like the one book that we've read at or listened to at a similar time.
Yeah.
For 3.8, is there any reviews on there?
Do you want 5-star or do you want 1-star?
Let's just scroll down. There's a 1-star.
Many might say that a book dealing with a level of brutality and a horrific subject matter that makes up the book.
Oh, this is like an actual
very.
No, that's long. Anyway, that was a 1-star. It was a 3-star. The story is really disturbing, and it isn't until the very last page that it becomes clear just how deeply disturbing it. The ending is pretty insane.
Yeah. So the human pet. You want to touch on that?
You want to spoil it?
No one's gonna read this. No one's gonna read this. We're just weird enough.
Well, is this not technically the first entry of the Stew Book Club?
Yeah, this is a full first entry, I think.
So maybe we could. I don't know if people are going to want to read it though, but I don't know if we should spoil it.
No one's going to want to read it. Let's just throw it out there. Spoiler alert. So the human pet, he doesn't want the human pet. Never once. He just is this owner. He's not an owner, but like higher up in this meat packing plant, that leader gives him a pet, a female.
Yeah.
Turns out the female kind of looks good. He has fun with that pet.
he gets her pregnant.
Just instantly, just doesn't.
Well, so the whole gist is like his wife has moved away. Like his wife took his kid and stuff like that. He's lonely and stuff.
No, the kid's dead.
Oh, the kid did die.
The kid was dead, and
the kid
wife
died. That's right.
Was just he said broke. The wife was broke, so he hasn't seen the wife in years, but they still talk on the phone. I think a FaceTime is that. That
seemed like the normal communication style.
Yeah, so
was all video chat.
So like he was just really feeling alone, and so like you can kind of understand where.
And then he starts to kind of fall in love with the pet. And she's pregnant, carrying his child, and then once she has his child, then his wife comes back.
Like, hey, I need you.
His wife, he asks his wife for help. Wife comes back, delivers the baby.
Is like okay with it.
Yeah, is okay with it, and then he just boom.
Like as soon as the baby's here, the wife is like, "Oh man, what a beautiful baby."
Yeah, you think he's falling, like he's totally against the meat, like the human meat processing. Yeah. He's totally against the transition.
Yeah, hates all of it.
He gets the pet. Typically, they're not housed very well. He's letting her live in the house.
Literally a dog that you have to train.
Yeah, and so then he's like taking good care of her, starts falling in love with her, gets her pregnant.
Half of the book is all about this.
Like him falling in love with her, right?
Yeah.
She has the baby. His wife comes home.
Yeah.
And then boom, takes her to process.
I don't care about you anymore.
Takes her to and it's just like whoa.
Yeah.
Because then it just really shows it's like
the society in that.
Yeah, like that's like this, like that's where everybody's at.
Yeah.
It's very like deeply dystopian. It's pretty wild.
To end the book like that was not fun to listen to, because I was really getting into it. At that point, I was like, okay, what are we gonna do with this kid?
Yeah,
is because the wife wanted to make more, because she doesn't want to have any kids, but she wanted more kids from this pet.
Well, because she can't have kids, I don't think, right?
And I don't know how old they are, if they're too old, whatever.
I don't know.
Didn't really specify on that. That's my thing. They didn't really specify going too deep into it, but I think biggest thing is don't eat meat, kids.
I guess
that's what I took away from this.
That and just the propaganda. You just got to pay attention to what you're intaking. It's
crazy dystopian, crazy.
So here's a quote. Here's a quote from the author. I have always believed that in our capitalist consumer society, we devour each other.
So
it's like a. It's a metaphor on like capitalism.
Capitalism can get to that point.
It's a metaphor on capitalism. That's what it is. Yeah. That's interesting. It's a very gruesome way to get the point across.
Yeah, I feel like this could have been like a 2 or 3 book, because I was really hoping that this pet
that they come out of it,
and this human pet and this son, kind of like a Dune scenario.
Yeah,
it just goes all the way back to Dune. They come back. They kill the emperor, and or a president, whatever, and then like all the pets, all the heads, band together, revolution.
Boom, we're good. I could see that, but I definitely get the metaphor though.
Yeah,
just I think they just went very gruesome with it to really hammer the point home. But I think the next book we do,
I'm excited to see my wife and my kid after this.
Yeah, I think the next book that we do needs to be a little bit lighter.
It has to be happier. I consume things that I listen to very well, so like, this really put me down. And like, I as soon as I got home today, kissed my wife, kissed my son. Glad we were in that scenario.
But it makes you think.
Yeah, that's for sure. It made me really think, which is fun. Should we call it?
Are you ready for us to be done? Are you ready for us to be done with the podcast, buddy? Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So there we go. There's the end.
Yeah.